Menu narration set to 100. Menu narration set to 100.
Folks here in Florida definitely used to this. Rain in the forecast as we join you from Everbank Stadium here in the city of Jacksonville. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys flew across the country for this one. Always tough to play in the early slate of games when making that trek. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys, on the other hand, came out on top in their opener, so they'll try to make it to 2-0 to start the new year.
Jason Sanders.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. This defense for the Jags, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
you don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
This is brought in at the 21. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year of the NFL now.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. You look at this Raiders defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And you see the starting unit here, but really, you're going to see a lot of different personnel, a lot of different packages as they rotate in and out throughout the game.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. Davis now. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Davis. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Stroud sets up the play action. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
A run out of the gun with Genty. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. The numbers for him from a week ago. 14 carries, 104 yards.
But they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Stroud to throw it. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Stroud keeps it. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Genty. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That's to Bash over the middle. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
All right.
Now Stroud. He'll try and do this himself. That's some good running from Stroud, and he gets them the first down.
a gain of 12 yards.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. He finds Douglas complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Las Vegas.
A give out of the gun to Genty. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Stroud. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Genty will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
Jaguars, nothing.
So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
Do you almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Back to throw. Davis. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
It's
Always important as a defender on third down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Las Vegas' offense back out there, ready to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Stroud working out of the gun. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And they'll bring him down right around the 13. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Looking to put a drive together.
Get it. Ready,
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's 2nd down. The Jaguars at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates would pile up.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Raiders will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. A run straight ahead with Jensen. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Mixing up the middle. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
to mix it on first down. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Here we go.
Now they'll change things up. Stroud will throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Douglas. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Stroud off the play fake. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Mixon is not going anywhere. Will be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Here's a fake on the jet sweep and a run up the middle with Mixon. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Joe Mixon, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Jaguars nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
It's a gain of
3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Davis. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go. Bronco 8, 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Let's go.
He'll try and throw for it here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Davis. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to let it go again. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 1 was full of surprises, full of intrigue, and a lot of firsts for the young players. What will Week 2 bring? Let's dive in. Our look at the NFL starts now. In the Steel City, it's the Steelers at home to take on the Commanders. And this is Xavier Leggett. He's going to find an opening down the field and pull this one in. 58 yards for the score. From there, we go to Indianapolis. We'll check in on the Colts as they play host to the Chicago Bears. And this is Drake May. A touchdown pass from 15 yards away. These two teams all square 7-7 at halftime. Lastly, let's head to Buffalo. The Bills hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And it's the former Seminole, Trey Benson. This was just moments ago, final seconds of the first half, and there he goes. This one's at halftime now, and it's the Cardinals looking for a 2-0 start. They lead at the half. And time now for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the NFL. In the game you're watching, we saw a couple of touchdowns in the first half. 14-0 is the score as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 44 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Jaguars, first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Off the bootleg, Davis. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. A handoff for Warren. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Warren will try the right side. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Running left, it's Warren. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Come on, set! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Panther 11, Panther 11. '79 Broncos. Go!
Back to throw. Davis. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 33.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Fowler. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end and have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On the give, it's Warren. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
And the Jaguars, first down.
They toss it to Warren. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth.
Ready, set.
2nd and 10.
Here we go, set. Cowboy 80.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Raiders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 47.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And a good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully, and I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal. At the 9-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Throw right side, looked in here by Bush. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jack Besh, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Ready. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Raiders have got it. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
19, Tiger, 19.
Looking to throw. Davis. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's caught right side. It's Warren. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Davis. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now they're in the hurry-up.
And the Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready.
Back to throw. Davis. Now he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. They'll try to eat some clock and mix it. And they'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives them a 1st and 10. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
18,
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Las Vegas, after the home loss, they rebound with a good road win to get back to 500. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.